We started working with Adapt probably, I want to say February, March last year, in terms of just kind of going through the due diligence of looking at the platform, understanding the technology, understanding the safeguards, understanding, like, we have really good sell-through on the direct side already. So, you know, the question became, when do we need automation? Will it bring a higher CPM? Will it bring marketers that we can't reach on our own? And we were at the point where that was pretty good timing, because we had just put in a whole new ad stack for display and had gotten the display side of it strung up the previous 6 months. And so there was momentum in the company around automation. People were feeling comfortable. They could see how it could add value to the business. And so it became obvious that video is where we should go next. Probably mobile too, but we chose to really focus on video. So we looked at all the different technology options out there. You know, full disclosure, I was on the board at Adapt TV. So you know, David Kenny has always had a philosophy where he thinks that it's good to have these outside board seats. In this particular case, I think it was really good, because I could really understand how their technology worked and the direction that they needed to go, but allow my ad ops team to run their own due diligence course and come up with the best solution. So I was seeing what I was seeing. The team was independently doing their own due diligence, and we both agreed that Adapt looked like a good partner for us. And so we've been working with them now for 6 months. Where we typically need the most help with our video inventory is when we see large spikes that we can't predict, right? So a little bit different than most publishers, but if a big winter storm comes through, the cold weather that we just recently saw, kind of go across the whole country, like, our sales plans are kind of already out in the market. We're already answering RFPs, and these spikes can happen as quickly as the weather can change, right? So having a technology partner that allows us to move that inventory quickly, dynamically, in an automated marketplace is incredibly valuable for our company. The way that we run the mix between direct and programmatic is, first, I don't really care what you call it. Like, it's who's going to come in and basically talk about deals or relationships that are going to bring the most value to our inventory. So could be the sales force. Typically it is the sales force that brings in the biggest deals with the best marketers at the highest CPMs. And so they will get first pick of the inventory, first look, so to speak. And then anything that doesn't go through that ends up going on the programmatic side. So it's not really that complicated. It's a question of volume and CPM, and who's going to make the most of what we have to bring the most value back to the company. So that's that piece. As it relates to TV, last year at the upfront, we talked about our desire and interest to bring more automation into the television buying process. And we're tackling that 2 ways. One is to unlock more insight around our viewers, to allow the buying community to come in and actually look at the most valuable audience they want, which may be an automotive shopper versus an adult 18 to 49, and allow them to find a way to transact on that. And we're still on that course and working through it. The other thing that we're working on right now is, how do we project out our audiences onto other people's inventory? So I've been having meetings with different distributors, cable operators, satellite, et cetera, to basically say to them, how can we actually take our weather data, because a storm comes into Toledo, Ohio, and let a retailer actually buy the whole market in cable versus just Weather Channel. So, we're using the weather data to basically say storms coming in, and you'll now have advertising across all the local media outlets in a given market. And so we're making progress on that. My hope is, I don't know, around the time of what we're going to do this year, the all front. We're not doing the upfront or the new front. We're going to have an all front, since we're so big on every screen. We should be able to share more in terms of direction we're taking.
I think what you current partners or prospect partners can do. The other thing that's important is the revolution that I saw at CES last week is coming with a change in distribution of how consumers are going to touch video and how publishers are going to be able to monetize video. And it's everything from the networks, the cable companies, the device companies.